that they are Andu holding this corner, waiting and maybe challenged very, very quickly here. Spots the shoulder of one. Oh, it's instantaneous death. Peeks around the corner for some more. Spots a lot of players, but stands his ground. Keeps on firing. Olymp is going to find the trade, and with another pick coming on through. 3 versus 4 is what we're left with. They're not going to be cleared here. And there we go. We have a little bit more of a battle on our hands, and BC Games, they steal away the pistol fairly clinically. Lovely flash to come on through. Nexa can hear footsteps. Andu's going to be the one. Wild Spray does so much damage. Nexa's going to be the one to capitalize. Swings can't quite find the final pick onto Reiko, but there's Simple to clean up. He opens the round, he closes it, and a third on the board. They're really starting to find their footing early here.
But they're definitely throwing quite a bit of resources here into this round. There's a lot of util them thrown their way, but that flash is perfect for them to find an opener. But still, the hold is strong. The CT side seems to be quite up on par. Simple spotted an additional player. Actually, both of them kind of trying to account for the same angle. A bit awkward. Now trying to wrap around here. You see, he hears footsteps, and that's the first kill secured. Has a feeling for this final additional player.
Just missed Olymp there. The cross, all gonna spot him, but low HP. Every day of the week gonna farm that one up.
5th round into full effect, and as you said, Simple on the orb, and on the same side, or on the flip side, excuse me, Sammy as well. Oh my lord, everyone getting up close and personal on the side of BC Game, but it's not quite paying off. Everyone falls like flies. It's Nexa though, who tries to give them a bit of a lifeline, finds 2 kills in returns, but now does fall. And it's only, once again, Prime Tabs 1v3 only this time.
Lovely flash there. Smoke goes out. He's completely cut off. There's nothing he can really do here. Actually, decides to swing it dry. Gets 1, but that's a consolation prize. But I think it's a lot easier said than done.
Very true. Once again, we see up close play there beside the red train. But they have learned a bit. Play a bit more passive, throw some util left and right. But the player on the side is also getting caught off guard in the form of Casanito. I mean, some kills are coming back in return, meaning it's still 3-on-3. And again, sort of in this mid-round, things do slow it down. Olymp has an idea, but who gets spotted first? It is Nexa who grabs that kill. He's staying alive for the time being.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Simple's got a long line of sight to work with here, and he might just be looking the wrong way. Quick adjustment, quick as anything, and now Sammy, Orb, 1 versus 1 potentially. HE goes over the top. It's just chipping away ever so slightly at him, but, you know, there's just going to be playing off of the contact here. Difficult weapon, very clunky to maneuver around. Can't quite find the flick there, and
I mean, you know, in explosive rounds it could get you somewhere, but I mean, maybe this is the way to go. Olymp with a double kill, and suddenly, I mean, options are open.
They are, but again, they're only going to head A off the back of this. Smoke comes out, which means that they're at least going to have to pause, or maybe they just want to run on through it. The flash isn't going to find Simple. He's going to find another pick, but he's backed into a very tight corner here. Molotov at his feet. He's not going to be able to escape, but he's just shooting fish in the barrel, but the fish has got a gun of its own and is shooting back. Can hear all of these footsteps. And somebody's nearby. Oh, the no-scope is so good. And now Bajmi, the last left alive, finds 1 pick, but that's all he's going to get. It's revenge onto Simple, but the rest of the team's not going to sit here and let him take that. Just quick note of Simple's 4 KD. I have no doubt we're going to see this only increase and increase, but
I mean, the player to watch for a reason, right?
Exactly, but Nexa's been putting up a little bit of a fight of his own here. There's not been too much presence in towards lanes, and now actually going to be tested a little bit here. Sammy wanting to alleviate some of the pressure, pull eyes away from his teammates and Pigeons to give them the ability to crunch down here, but sights being held very diligently. Casanito, the second part of this site hold. Molotov, oh, is it going to spread? Don't think it is.
Oof. All players sort of fall on the side of ESC. Pressure is there. And at this point, they're kind of falling like flies. It's Reiko who's trying to hang on, but only 17 HP left, meaning he can't get another kill going. Just his teammate now. 1 versus 3. That's 2 players tagged, which means technically it is doable, but it is far from easy. He gets tagged as well, and with that information secured, Prime Tabs can finish it off.
Back over towards main. It's going to be just waiting for the right opportunity, but there's one Molotov left. They've expended all of their utility early, and they've not got much to show for it. Smoke coming out here could be huge. They're going to try and get ahead of it. One player is, and that's going to give them the confidence to keep on pushing, but unfortunately pushing straight into their demise. First one there for Simple. Casanita goes down. Simple has to spin around, head on a pivot, but he can't quite find them. And now Nexa needs to hold on a little bit longer. Teammate rotating on, but it's slow. Prime Tabs late to the party and now has a decision to make. Do you want to hold on to this? There's the money on a couple of these players if he wants to, but maybe just sitting on your hands, saving over that AK to hand it over to somebody else. A precious weapon you can't buy on the CT side, so... But it does look like he's curious, at least wanting to hunt for this initial pick. If he finds it, might embolden him to go for a little bit more. Finds the first, but this tug in here is so difficult to weasel out for Sammy. Throw for a bit of utility. Yep, not going to catch anybody there. And lovely hold from Sammy not to isolate the fights too much and to allow...
But still, there is a large gap to work with, as you mentioned. So 2, it's something on the board, but it needs to be a bit bigger. Ooh, all right. Muro goes in quite hot. Olymp finds a follow-up kill as well, but there is an answer right back. In fact, we had people set foot on the B-bomb side for the first time. Did not quite go too well.
No, it didn't. I think something we've got to talk about, though, is Moonwalk's entries have been absolutely incredible. But look at the space he's taken. I don't think they're going to be expecting him anywhere near as quickly on this as well. Simple turns around. Oh, he's already got it, though. Back to back. It's just immaculate.
It's far from ideal.
Far from ideal indeed. Olymp first on out. They've been really quick on the openings, but this time Simple doesn't even need vision to find the pick. Goes and shuts down the initial aggression. Casanito needs to step up here. Here's the footsteps. Unfortunately, it's going to be run on down. Anzu, though, is keeping things collected, has a hold on this site, can call over those rotates to assist as well. Now, both of these players on an island.
So far, completely unnoticed. I mean, it looks like... Oh, Prime Tips was accounting for his position. Has looked away, looks back, and meets a bullet to the face. Oh, that is very unfortunate timing. Anudo does strike behind. And that means only one player left on the side of ESC. There's a bit of time to work with. Maybe a rifle to recover if he's lucky. And very little information to account for. Kind of stuck just holding angles and hope that you can get them both. And now both of them are going to strike. Information obtained, but a 1v1. And it is eventually Bajmi who will get them both.
Playing the weapons to the right range examples a couple of times on this map, and they're going to need to do it again, but they've got way worse weapons. Doesn't matter, so Nexa, though, finds the first, one of the few rifles they've managed to cobble together for singing loud and proud in this server. Prime Tabs needs to find this pick. Oh, has to go back for seconds, but he finds it nonetheless. 3 versus 2. Samy's still got the AWP, but they're having to push through the smokes, and actually, they've had no resistance. They've not been punished for any of these dry peaks, not yet, and all back spotted, and it's the AWP, and Nexa another with the Deagle. Bajmi rounding the corner, but Nexa good for one more, and they will close out this half 9-3.
Very confident so far, very fast, and only the 3 rounds that ESC has won. Little speed bumps, but maybe things can turn up its head now that they have switched on to CT side. And while I say that, we have landed ourselves a 1v1 in the mere of a span of seconds. Olymp versus Nexa. Both of them have spotted each other. And it's honestly a game of peeking around the corner, a bit of hide and seek. But it is Olymp who lands the final blow and finds a 4th round here for ESC. Just helps out getting back control.
They're going B a little bit more here, or at least putting a little bit more pressure towards B, because we saw ESC completely avoided that side like the plague. Maybe a vulnerability to be exploited now that they're on the CT side, a site that we didn't get to see a whole lot from. So it looks like they're wanting to put a little bit more presence there. Casanito is going to drop down. Needs some help because Moonwalk's got a whole lot of vision from the heavens here. Raiko's got one. Casanito will trade. And there's another pick coming on through. Raiko really needs to find something a little bit more. But Bomb's been dropped in a really awkward position. There's all the time in the world. And with another pick coming through like that, they'll be able to recover it nicely. But that's given Bajmi the time to work into a little bit nicer of a position for this, but actually the pivot to go head A instead. They've got Simple on site who's cleared all of this space, so they know that it is safe.
And this is why map control is so important. You know, now this map or this side is clear, and together you can at least play the safe, keep all your remaining players alive. And Bashmi left empty-handed across the map. And, I mean, the money's not looking too good. Actually finds the AWP. So surely he's going to go for a safe. I mean, as I speak, do you see players lurking through connector here? Maybe trying to go for a cheeky hunt, knowing that AWP is in play?
Yeah, it's whether they're going to be able to find it. There's a lot of time to work with, but actually, as Bajmi up here, it's going to have to be quick. Just misses his mark. Okay, here we go. Sammy on the scout, wanting to work some wonders. Unfortunately, just going to get run on down, trying to lure them into the rest of the team. Unfortunately, they are successful in doing so. Bashmi finds one, and actually they all activate. Simple has to fall back, playing close onto the corner, but even he is not able to speed up the time it takes to get another bullet into the chamber. And now Prime Taps left solo. Weapons picked up as well. A single flash available. Bomb is in a nigh on unretrievable location, especially as he is about to walk directly into the lion's den here. All three gun barrels watching, waiting for him.
It's scary at this point. I mean, they have good faith that he's going to be coming from B here. It's a bit doubtful whether to go the short or the long route, knowing where that bomb is dropped. Seems to be going the Ivy way. I mean, there is still a bit of time, 35 seconds on the clock. Oh, that is a lovely shot. Immediately head taken off, and with that, the eyes change position on the side of ESC. Bomb about to be retrieved. It's a good tag, and now both players are in fact quite low. Time, though, is going to be of the essence. 19 seconds left. Here's footsteps. Oh, wants to clear the corner first. I thought that could be his demise. Not quite just yet, but eventually a headshot right above the site will do.
Well, we just saw them get a sort of half-buy E-code. Half-buyed, I guess. So maybe it's their opportunity to do the same, and a missed shot from the initial AWP is going to cause a little bit of worry there as well. A huge advantage on this T side to get an opening pick untraded. Moonwalk holding very tight angle here. Simple scooped up that AWP, signature weapon in hand. It's going to be a very difficult one to find here. Finds a shot on Raiko, is not going to be allowed to live, but has already done more than enough for his team. And it's all been an illusion, a bait and switch. Look at the rotates all drawn over towards B, and then they hit A. So little investment or commitment needed to draw that attention from ESC.
You know, spokes are up. It's going to be quite hard here for a player like, for example, Bashmi to try and force himself through. So maybe gotta play it out, wait for the timer a little bit. Moonrock now has been spotted, but vice versa, Nexa has been as well. And a lot of angles here to be accounted for. Oh, Nexa falls, but a double kill here coming right back from Prime Taps. It's only Moonrock now with 17 HP, and he will meet his demise. Solid hold. I think there, in the end, the numbers advantage definitely helped. Yeah, I mean, I do love the way that BC.Game is accounting for the close angles that they're expecting, depending on, you know, the lesser buy. So I like this. They're being a bit more passive, they're expecting pushes, and they're dealing with it very nicely. And there we go, two players again peeking at the same time. Casanita wins the duel. And that means only one player left standing, Bashmi, all by himself. Oh, and I don't think for that much longer. And the hunting game, honestly, it will begin. Everyone's going to come and have a chime in.
Yeah, difficult one here. His line of sight, he's so tunnel vision there at the end, and it's unfortunate.
Time to see. They're going to come in hot, blazing. I guess they are. Flash comes out, trying to conquer this A-bomb site. And I mean, so far, it's a bit of a rough start. Simple falls, and so does Andu to the pistol of Olim. 3 kills to his name.
immediately the reposition, they're very heavily considering this A site, and now that they've spotted so many players around, now can make the decision to call everyone on over. Andu's got the first, and there hasn't been a trade-off to come through. There's Raiko, but Casanito wants to keep this at least competitive. The speed in which they are hurling themselves onto the side. Bomb's going to go down. There's not going to be a chance to really recover any of these weapons. All Sammy, I think, spotted ahead. Needs to try to finalize the kill, but has to back away for the reload here, and that's going to give them an opportunity to push a little bit further back into a post-plant. Smoke comes out, and it's just going to have to be walked around. Very difficult here, and they can have players sitting in this. Now, both players' location known. One in the smoke, one over towards Tetris, but can they do anything to weasel them out? Nexus managed to cross all the way in towards jungle, though, and they're not going to have suspected this. They're not going to know. They have to hop onto the bomb at some point. Defuse coming on through. If they can stop this, have to peek now. Unfortunately, doesn't quite find the kill, and the defuse will be allowed.
It's a conversion made, but definitely comes at quite a bit of a cost. 2 MP9s now invested into. Some players not even having utility on their backs. And with AKs and Galils running across the map right now, this could still be quite tricky here for ESC.
Yeah, it could be, but I love the opening pick. Andu sustains heavy damage in response, but they take mid. They've actually been forced way back off mid, but so much already. Casanito's holding the line here, giving them at least a little bit of a window to rotate on over, but you see Samy's watching. Olymp's pushed up into a really close up angle. Flash to go on out. There's one's been found elsewhere, and Olymp now needs to find a little bit more. They're stuck here just for now, and whether you wait, whether you back away and want to find somewhere else, but the issue is they've conceded all of the map control they've taken.
Oh, great shot from Simple here. At least securing another player advantage. Maybe potential for a bit more. I think he definitely heard that. As his eyes on the prize, but not being gifted another free kill. Just being patient for the time being. Securing a bit of further map control as the rest is looking to conquer mid.
Conquer mid indeed. Raiko good for one, immediately adjust for the next. Are they going to be ready here for prime taps? However, having a look, teammate is up in Palace, is waiting, can sense it. There's the peak, and now just Simple left, making no effort to conceal his footsteps. The bomb got dropped in an awful location at the end, so very limited utility. We talked about it. They're going to have to dry peek a lot of these angles. Smoke goes out, but BC Games, they're already filtering on through. They are so adamant that there's mid-control already waiting for Andu. There's a little bit of a look back, make sure no one is pushed down and is going underpass to come hunting for them. Sammy, spots a shoulder in Palace, immediately switches to who they're trying to look at. I'm not quite sure where they want to look here. Raiko, Molotov goes over the top. Simple still going to manage to get that bomb down and reposition here as well. And I love the position for Nexa here to be able to punish, but needs to activate fairly quickly, needs to be able to get into a position to help his team before they get overrun. Watching for Cacanito, and there's going to be the peak. He gets taken down. Olymp flash behind him. No one's going to be there to receive. Nexa, lovely shot, expects the swing. Another flash comes on through, and it's absolutely spectacular to stop them. Simple, another shot just keeps on going, and now that bomb planted, they're just going to have to hop on it and hope. Simple spraying through.
Oh no.
Swipe, don't let him get, no! Oh, okay. Oh, that almost
my lord. That almost got a little bit too tricky. Next,
connector here, and it's a lovely tight angle to work with. Prime taps could be in a whole world of trouble, but they isolate the fights 1 versus 1. Crossfire goes down, both players will go down with it, and now 2 players left to try defend what is left of this round. Smoke fades, and Raiko's going to hear so much information. HE goes deep. Luckily, the clipping is going to mean that he's not as worse for wear as he could be. He tries to escape, but peeks directly into Simple in his escape from Casanito. And now Olymp, last player left alive. They know he's probably hanging around this A site somewhere. They've got all of B's, so you might as well just start getting yourself positioned.
I mean, 15 seconds left on the clock. You definitely want to get that bomb planted. Ooh! Olymp spotted on the escape. Hang tight on the angle. But there we go. Casanito finds himself another. He's on quite a roll so far this map.
But already looking to push in towards CT. Flash to go over the top is not going to blind anyone. Casanito gets the first, rushes out all of them together. HE to go over the top when they're huddled up like this could be huge. Doesn't go deep enough, but look at that. Prime taps farms them up.
I love it. And once again, Olymp has been found. There is a trade right back, but Casanito is definitely quite on his A game, finding another double kill. But once again, trades are up on the board, and with that, they're actually going to go in with a game plan. Quick push on towards this B bomb site. Once again, a kill on both sides of the spectrum, leaving quite a bit of pressure here up on the CTs. They are not quite together just yet.
Ooh, are they going to be expecting Simple as close as he is? No, they are not. Lovely buys them a foothold, an extra prong to this sight hold. Moonwalk either finds a pick here, but he's going to give away his location either way. Not quite sure where to look. Nexa just has to look up, craning his neck. Finds the pick anyway, and there's so much time.
And now, as the timer starts to continue to tick, a game plan will need to be made on the side of BC.Game. It looks like a split. Trying to conquer through connector. A trade is there, but again, timer maybe not quite in their favor, but the numbers certainly are. It's 3 against 5. Oh, my lord! A very cheeky spray there through the smoke, and they get the job done. I mean, it could benefit them if they do decide to force through on middle, which definitely are. There's a lot of players waiting on the other side, and so far it goes even. But now Simple and Prime Tabs have been found, meaning it's a 3-on-1. Last player stuck in middle, but so far good for another kill. Spots another player, gets tagged through the nade as well. So there's a very good chance here for Ander to still win out this duel, but not if it is the USP. Oh, that's noise. Oh, you can see Reiko as well around the corner, accounting to at least trade for his teammate. But oh my lord, Simple up close and personal is saying no. He's hoping to conquer the remaining of the side, has the bomb on his back and needs to plant. Will do so. And now a 4-on-2 with still players quite far. They do drop Simple. Oh, but this is great. Casanita all the way, who is still lurking on B, finds that kill, a very important one. And that means Olymp, honestly, has very little chance of making this round work.
Yeah, this is just going to be a matter of trying to save your weapon. Maybe you can find a kill to go home with a little second place medal, but it's not going to be particularly likely that he is going to be found. Bomb will go off. Everyone else is going to be a safe distance away from it, so mercy to let him live. He keeps hold of that kit, that head armor, and that weapon. Ooh, lovely flashbang, goes deep and is going to blind all of them, but there's nothing more to be found off the back of it. Bajmi is called back over from that mid-watch, and there's the first lining up for them. They're caught between a rock and a hard place, taken down. Undo's got one, but that's all he's good for. They still haven't managed to deal with Olymp there. Simple hanging over the edge of the window, can't find the pick. Nexa's got another one, last left alive, and a 1 versus 2. A window to reload, has to be so careful. Heard a nade up close, but Moonwalk swings. His peaks have been incredible. Maybe a little bit of a slower game in this map, but
so not maybe in the most favorable spot, but they can still make this round work. Not the best of starts though, as Reiko does fall. And Semi now tagged as well. There's a lot of players spotted in the process. Does BC.Game commit to this though? That's the question. Still the majority of the players stuck in middle. No one there to back up those 2 A players.
The rotates have been so easily and so quickly drawn over from the side of ESC. They've been so quick to rotate. Now, on rounds like this where they're finding the picks, that's not too bad, because they've got a huge advantage in the numbers department to go into this retake. But it is something to maybe worry about, is how quickly they have been to move away from a site.
Time will tick. You see, they have to go for this final round of the half, and now they're starting to slowly pick up some speed, and Andrew does get caught. Now it's just Nexa right behind the wall, spots the first and the second, lands the kill. Is there enough time though for the defuse that? I mean, so far, a lot of pressure and a lot of players are currently present, as we do see ESC wanting to take home this B bomb site. So far though, Simple is saying no.
Oh, Casanito's not able to save Simple in time and goes down himself, but Prime Tap's an opportunity. Prime time for him to thrive, because these last 2 remaining players, bomb isn't planted and they're both low health. Sees the first, spams away all he needs now. a body shot, a single pixel advantage. Flash goes over the top, going to buy them the opportunity. They have to try plant now. That's going to give him a window potentially to crawl a little bit further. He doesn't quite use it now. Has to dance around the bomb site. Not quite sure where he'll peek. Looking for a shadow. Looking for a sign. Is going to spot it. There's the pick. There's the find. And there is the defuse to give themselves another pistol, a leg up, and an opportunity. But
ideally, you would have loved to have a nade on board there to try and end those players up in A main, but I guess Reiko now does fall. This time only in middle, and again, it seems to be quite the slaughter fest. It's raining blue up in the kill feed, and it's only Olib now left standing. A lot of angles here to account for. People can be anywhere. There we go. Casanito will lock it in.
Maybe just a little bit. Maybe just a little bit. Oh, it is really looking bleak when the opening pick is so stuck. Right, Raiko has been not allowed to have anything other than 1 HP after the first 20 seconds of the round. Poor guy has had no health whatsoever. Bajmi is starting to feel the burn as well as he's toasting alive. Simple's just waiting. He knows there's so many people in mid just itching for one of them to walk into his line of sight, but they just won't. Olib the first to do so, first to go down. There's a tiny window for Olib to work with. There is going to find a kill, and now Simple going to activate again. Bored of waiting for them to come to him, is eager for the fight, and Antu with the last. Footsteps are going to be heard. And, oh, wait, maybe not actually, but Kakanito is there to punish.
Players sort of getting stuck in these very awkward corners, not being able to trade for one another, but vision certainly is not quite present. Oh, that's an awkward fight. Ando loses that. And so does Casanito. So all of the sudden mid is open. But where do they go? Nexa is by himself here on B. But so far good for a kill. If they can hang on to Connector as well. And they do. It all flips on its head. Primetubs does fall. Raiko now in for a 1v2. But he is not aware that a player has heard him. Nexa last seen spotted in the back of the side. He's looking towards car, but that is not quite where he is.
Utility coming on out to try and block them from taking any control in towards the site using the foothold they've got a mid. But Nexus found an opening pick. Casanito getting into the perfect position to punish. Unfortunately goes down here, and that means that they've got a lot more room to work with in mid. Hajime wants to finally find this pick to be allowed to actually have a bit of room to work with outside of Palace. Will in fact keep hold of this A site under his thumb, but the team's very scattered and is trapped between so many players. But Antu going down there means that they can regroup with no problems, and it's only Nexa left alive. They have so much money, but they might just want to keep hold of this AK, to be honest with you. This round's unwinnable, dare I say.
Not enough weapon or money in their bank if they're going to lose more weapons. But that's a solid round coming through from ESC, and we need more of those. There's not a lot of leverage here anymore.
Yeah, the money is kind of awkwardly spread out here. There should be enough for a couple more buys between these players, but a couple of liabilities in the financial department. Moonwalk, we sung praises of his openings. He's not going to be able to find one here. Unfortunately, it's going to be Olib that goes down. Moonwalk, not done with the pace, however. Really needs some help from Bajmi in Palace to alleviate some of the crosshairs watching his every move. Casanito, unfortunately, looks away at the wrong second, but that's not even what kills him. It's the fire that does the job. Samey now taking all this space. Simple. Oh, there's one managing to duck back. Has to be careful not to run into his teammate. Raiko, desperate spray. And HE to go over the top. He's not actually going to find anything. The re-smoke keeps them all at bay. They know Simple Zorps here. It either has to rotate. But they've crossed each other. And they're not expecting Andu. Oh, he knows there's a possibility. He sensed it. But 1 versus 3, even if he loses this fight, which he doesn't, he's still got teammates available. But individually, they are all stepping up in an absolutely beautiful way.
Now, I've seen crazier things happen, but so far, there's no denying that BC.Game has certainly been building up this momentum here in half 2. Ooh, Simple denied entry here, though, but is been backed up by Nexa, and I love that there's a quick follow-up. Probably information heard there that there was only a single footstep, and with that, try to account for the pressure. Now, the remaining pressure mainly is over here towards the middle. Oh, and Reiko could be a bit of a tricky factor, but nope, it is Andu who does the clearing game with a lovely free K there at the end.